Have you ever found yourself standing in the dairy aisle, staring at a carton of milk and wondering, is this really good for me, or is it just another food fad? The debate over milk has been raging for decades, and it seems like everyone has an opinion. Some people swear by their daily glass, claiming it's the secret to strong bones and a healthy body, while others avoid it like the plague, convinced it's the root of all their digestive woes. So, what's the real story? Is milk a miracle drink, or is it totally overrated? Today let's dive deep into the world of milk, and try to settle this age-old debate once and for all. We'll look at the science, the myths, and the personal experiences that shape our views on this creamy beverage. Whether you're a lifelong milk lover or someone who's lactose intolerant, there's something here for everyone. So grab your favorite drink, milk or not, and let's get started. Alright, let's break it down. To really understand milk's place in our diets, we need to look at what's inside that glass. What makes milk so special, and why has it been a staple in so many cultures for centuries? First, let's talk about the nutrients. Milk is often praised for being a nutritional powerhouse. It's packed with calcium, which is essential for building and maintaining strong bones and teeth. That's why you've probably heard since childhood that milk helps you grow tall and keeps your skeleton sturdy. But that's not all. Milk also contains high-quality protein, which your body needs to build and repair muscles, skin, and other tissues. And let's not forget about vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium and supports your immune system. In addition, milk provides other important nutrients like vitamin B12, potassium, and phosphorus. It's no wonder milk has been called a complete food by some nutritionists. With all these nutrients, milk can sound like a superhero in a glass, right? It's the drink that's supposed to make you strong, energetic, and ready to take on the world. That's why so many advertisements show kids in capes or athletes chugging milk after a tough workout. The message is clear. If you want to be your best, drink milk. But wait, before you pour yourself another glass, there's a catch. For some people, milk isn't a friend at all. In fact, it can be a real foe. If you're lactose intolerant, drinking milk can hit you harder than a surprise math test. Lactose intolerance means your body doesn't produce enough of the enzyme lactase, which is needed to digest lactose, the sugar found in milk. The result? Stomach cramps, bloating, gas, and sometimes even a mad dash to the bathroom. It's estimated that about 65% of the world's population has some degree of lactose intolerance, especially among people of East Asian, African, and indigenous descent. So, for millions of people, milk is less of a miracle and more of a minefield. Now let's get back to the big claim. Does milk really help build strong bones? Many studies have shown that the calcium and vitamin D in milk can support bone health, especially in children and teenagers whose bones are still growing. That's why pediatricians often recommend milk as part of a balanced diet for kids. In older adults, getting enough calcium and vitamin D can help prevent osteoporosis, a condition where bones become weak and brittle. But here's where things get interesting. Some research suggests that countries with the highest milk consumption also have higher rates of bone fractures. How can that be? Scientists are still debating the reasons, but it shows that the relationship between milk and bone health is more complicated than we once thought. On the flip side, there are experts who argue that milk is overrated. They point out that you can get calcium and other nutrients from many other foods, like leafy green vegetables, nuts, seeds, and fortified plant-based milks. Some studies have even linked high milk consumption to certain health issues, such as increased risk of acne, digestive problems, and in rare cases, even certain cancers. For people with sensitive stomachs or dairy allergies, milk can cause more harm than good. And let's not forget about the growing number of people who choose to avoid milk for ethical or environmental reasons, such as concerns about animal welfare or the carbon footprint of dairy farming. Speaking of health concerns, let's talk about some of the common complaints people have about milk. For some, drinking milk seems to trigger acne breakouts, especially in teenagers. While the science isn't completely settled, some studies suggest that hormones in milk or the way it affects insulin levels could play a role in skin problems. Others find that milk leaves them feeling bloated, gassy, or just plain uncomfortable. These symptoms can be especially common in people with lactose intolerance or a sensitivity to dairy proteins like casein or whey. If you've ever felt queasy after a milkshake or noticed your skin acting up after a bowl of cereal, you're not alone. So, is milk good or bad? The answer isn't as simple as a thumbs up or thumbs down. For some people, milk is a nutritious, delicious part of their daily routine. For others, it's a source of discomfort or even health problems. The truth is, everyone's body is different, and what works for one person might not work for another. That's why it's so important to listen to your own body and pay attention to how you feel after drinking milk. Honestly, it depends on your body. If you have no trouble digesting milk and you enjoy the taste, there's no reason to cut it out of your diet. In fact, it can be a convenient way to get important nutrients, especially if you're active or have higher protein needs. But if you notice that milk leaves you feeling bloated, tired, or uncomfortable, it might be time to try alternatives. There are plenty of plant-based milks on the market today, like almond, soy, oat, and coconut milk, each with their own unique flavors and nutritional profiles. Some are fortified with calcium and vitamin D, making them a good substitute for cow's milk. If you can handle it, milk can be a healthy part of your diet. Athletes often use milk as a recovery drink after exercise because it provides a good balance of protein and carbohydrates. Families around the world enjoy milk with breakfast, in coffee, or as a base for smoothies and desserts. For many, milk is more than just a drink. It's a comfort food, a tradition, and a source of nourishment. But if it makes you feel like a bloated balloon, maybe skip it. There's no shame in choosing what works best for your body. Some people find that even small amounts of milk cause discomfort, while others can enjoy dairy products like cheese and yogurt without any issues. It's all about finding your own balance and respecting your body's signals. So next time someone says, milk does a body good, you can smile and say, maybe. Because the truth is, nutrition isn't one size fits all. What's good for your friend might not be good for you, and that's okay. The most important thing is to make choices that support your health, your values, and your lifestyle. But only if your body agrees. Always check in with yourself and notice how you feel after eating or drinking something. If milk makes you feel great, enjoy it. If not, there are plenty of other options out there. And remember, you can get all the nutrients you need from a well-balanced diet, with or without milk. Turns out, even cows might be confused about all the fuss over milk. After all, they're just doing their job, providing a drink that's been part of human culture for thousands of years. Whether you choose to drink milk or not, the most important thing is to make informed choices that work for you. So, the next time you're faced with a milk debate, you'll know exactly what to say, and maybe even make a cow smile.